There is something you have been carrying for a long time, a burden that follows you through your days, a weight that stays on your mind when you wake up, and often remains there when you try to sleep. Maybe it is fear, maybe it is uncertainty, maybe it is a situation that seems impossible to fix, or maybe it is a pain that nobody fully understands. Whatever it is, it has become heavy, heavier than you expected. And because you care so deeply, you keep trying to carry it all by yourself. You keep searching for answers. You keep trying to hold everything together. You keep believing that if you worry enough, think enough, plan enough, somehow you will gain control over what is happening. But instead of finding peace, you have found exhaustion. Your heart is tired, your mind is tired, and your spirit is tired, because some burdens were never meant to be carried alone. I see the pressure you put on yourself. I see the responsibility you feel. I see how hard you have tried to remain strong, but strength was never meant to mean carrying every pain without help. There are things that are simply too heavy for one person to hold forever, and perhaps that is why you feel so worn down, not because you are weak, but because you have been carrying too much for too long. So listen carefully today. You do not have to keep holding everything by yourself. You do not have to solve every problem tonight. You do not have to know exactly how everything will work out. There is a difference between caring and carrying. You can care deeply, without allowing fear to consume your heart. You can pray sincerely, without carrying the entire outcome on your shoulders. You can take responsibility for your actions, without taking responsibility for things that are beyond your control. And perhaps today is the day you stop trying to carry what was never yours to carry alone, because I am here. I have always been here. And I am ready to help bear the weight that has been breaking your heart. For so long, you have been carrying this burden as if everything depended on you, as if you had to find every answer, as if you had to prevent every problem, as if you had to be strong enough to hold everything together on your own. And little by little, that pressure has drained your peace. You spend hours thinking about situations you cannot control. You replay conversations in your mind. You imagine every possible outcome. You prepare for problems that may never even happen. And before you realize it, your heart is carrying a weight it was never meant to carry. I know why you do it. You care. You love deeply. You want things to be okay. You want the people you love to be safe. You want your future to be secure. You want relief from the uncertainty that keeps following you. But worry is a burden that grows heavier the longer you hold it, and no matter how tightly you cling to it, it never brings the peace you are searching for. It only steals the peace you already have. That is why I am asking you today to loosen your grip. Not because your struggles are unimportant, not because your fears are imaginary, but because carrying them alone is hurting you. You were never meant to walk through life believing that everything rests on your shoulders. Some things are beyond your control. Some answers require patience. Some situations need time. And some battles become lighter only when you stop trying to carry them by yourself. I know surrender feels difficult. It feels risky. You worry that if you stop holding on so tightly, everything will fall apart. But true peace begins when you realize that you do not have to control every outcome. You do not have to force every door open. You do not have to figure out every detail today. You only need enough strength for this moment, enough faith for this step, enough courage to trust that you are not facing this alone. Because even when your heart feels overwhelmed, even when your mind is exhausted, even when you cannot see the path ahead, I am still walking beside you, and I am still carrying more of this burden than you realize. So today, release the burden you have been holding so tightly, not because the situation no longer matters, not because the pain suddenly disappears, but because you were never meant to carry it alone. You have spent so much time trying to be strong that you forgot something important. Strength is not pretending that nothing hurts. Strength is not carrying every worry until it breaks you. And strength is not refusing help when your heart is exhausted. True strength is trusting even when you cannot see the outcome. It is continuing forward one step at a time. It is choosing faith when fear keeps demanding your attention. I know there are things keeping you awake at night, things you cannot solve with a single decision, things that feel bigger than you. But do not let those burdens convince you that hope is gone. Do not let them convince you that you are abandoned. And do not let them convince you that you must face everything by yourself. Because you are not alone in this battle. I see every tear, every fear, every silent prayer, every moment when you felt like giving up but kept going anyway, and I am closer than you realize. Closer during the nights when anxiety feels overwhelming, closer during the moments when uncertainty fills your mind, closer during the seasons when you feel emotionally worn out. So stop carrying tomorrow before it arrives. Stop carrying every possible outcome. Stop carrying responsibilities that were never yours to hold. Breathe, rest, trust, and remember that you do not have to have everything figured out today. One day at a time, one prayer at a time, one step at a time. The burden that feels impossible today will not define your future forever. Peace is still possible. Hope is still alive, and your story is still being written. So place your worries in my hands tonight, and allow your heart to rest, because you do not have to carry this alone anymore.